A very pleasant good evening and welcome to the village of Lisle, Benedictine University Sports Complex for tonight's NWSL matchup between your hometown Chicago Red Stars and the visiting Western New York Flash. My name is Ben Solomon and it is my pleasure to be with you for this very, very important game for the Red Stars. The Red Stars are finishing a stretch of 4 games in 13 days in which they've really gotten themselves back in the conversation for at least a playoff spot as they continue to try to rally from a slow start to the season. The Red Stars started this campaign, this restart of the campaign in June with the introduction of a couple of German nationals, Sonja Fuss and Inka Grings, and since then the Red Stars have really been able to build off of that momentum. Began on June 1st with a 2-0 win over a shorthanded Portland side. Then on June 9th, the Red Stars were able to hand Boston a 1-0 defeat on the road. And then on June 13th, the Red Stars' last home game, they suffered a 2-0 defeat to Kansas City before getting a little bit of revenge on the Blues home turf out in Kansas City, winning that game 3-1, where the Red Stars, including both Germans and Ella Masser, got on the scoreboard in that one as the Red Stars scored 3 consecutive goals to come back from an early 1-0 deficit after Kansas City's Renee Cuellar got Kansas City on the board first. Of course, scoring goals has been at a little bit of a premium for Chicago, especially at the beginning of the season. And scoring goals at home is going to be even more important as we come down the stretch. Still a lot of time left in the season. Right now, for a little bit of your enjoyment, we're going to send you over to the Ella and Karm show so you can get a little bit of insight into some of the fun the girls have in their downtime.
As you guys can see, I'm missing my better half. But, as you also can see, my attire is what my better half would be wearing. Literally, she was so kind. Actually, she doesn't know this yet, but she was so kind. I went over into her apartment and I picked out an outfit of hers that she would wear at all points of time of the day. And I know you guys might think this is from Walmart, but I promise you it's not. This is real life. All of this, we made this for her. It's a skull. All this is real life. So, let me continue by saying, there's good and bad news. The bad news is I have to wear this. And then the good news is we actually, because HBO picked up our show that you guys found out last week, we actually get to fly over and see Karm in Germany. Yep, that's right. This is coming to you. So we're going to take a break and get on an airplane and then, fly over and see how Karm's doing in Germany. As you guys can see, we're back. Karm's joined us from Germany, so Guten Morgen. A little bit shorter. That's all I'm really going to say about that one. So for today, Karm has a lot to say, but actually she heard her voice being overseas and the travel and stuff. Her larynx, I think, is a little bit sore, so she actually cannot answer. But she's already texted me all the answers to the questions, so all I'm going to do is ask her 3 questions that have been asked before on the show. And I'm gonna tell you the answers. So, number 1, Karm, you ready? Yeah, okay. Number 1, who is the prettiest on the team? What was that? Yeah, Ella. Okay, you guys missed it. Okay, number 2, who is the best dancer on the team? Ella. Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, one more. If you and the royal family were here right now, everybody on the royal family, do you think that I should be knighted? Wait, hold on. Hold on, we even have this right here. She told me to bring this for her. Hopefully that will stay up. Yep. Okay, do you think that I should be knighted? She said she's gonna get back to me, so like when everybody comes back, the queen and everybody, she says yes. And so everybody else says that they're gonna join her next week maybe. And we will use this sword. It's high class here. And then, just for this quick segment, all we're doing, the reason I'm doing this nice interaction together in Germany that we flew across the world for you guys is just for the tickets for the game tomorrow against Western New York. We play at 6:30 at Benedictine, or I guess it'd be today, that would be correct. The question is, I'm going to say 3 statements about Karm. Okay, just 3 statements. Whoever tells me how many of these 3 statements are true stories gets to come. So it could be 1, it could be none, it could be all of them. And so let's see. Statement number 1. Karm used to play basketball in high school, and she was so committed to soccer that when a ball would go on the floor, she would actually do a step over on the basketball court to try to do it as a move. Yeah, I'm not making that one up. So that's one's true, okay? Sorry, I had to throw that one. Number 2, she grew up with 3 chihuahuas named Pepe, Tequila, oh shoot, what was one more? Pepe, Tequila, and Chulo. And the last one, the first time Karm and I really ever met was in October, and it was in Madison, and we decided to relive our glory days and go up there for the Halloween bash. And we dressed as that old dungeon movie, Legends of the Hidden Temple. So again, whoever says 1, 2, or 3 are true, answers first, gets the ticket. And last but not least, as much as I do want to get knighted, I think that there's a secret that I really need to tell you guys. I've kept this in for a long time, and I think it's just time that everybody knows why they call me the peasant, because usually like it's the lowest, humble people that really are the greatest. So yeah, here it is. This is first time world review here.
I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
Okay, so we apologize about that. Had to cut the show a little short for now, but you can catch the rest of that show as well as an interview with Ella Masser following the Kansas City game during halftime of today's match. Welcome back. It is Ben Solomon back here with you for tonight's NWSL matchup between the Western New York Flash and the Chicago Red Stars. Tonight's broadcast is presented by the Chicago Center for Ortho sponsorship of tonight's broadcast, and we appreciate their partnership. Red Stars in Western New York lining up on the field, getting ready for what promises to be a great match between these two teams. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer for the national anthems and the starting lineups.
Number 7, Nicole Zerboni. And in goal, number 6, Angela Salem. Number 8, Andriana Martin. Number 11, Laura Highmore. Number 12, Estelle Johnson. Number 13, Brittany Taylor. Number 15, Vicki DiMartino. Number 16, Catherine Reynolds. And number 17, Veronica Perez. The head coach for the Western Flash is Aaron Lyons. And now, let's meet the starting lineup of your Chicago Red Stars. The captain for the Red Stars, number 17, Lori Kalupny. In goal for Chicago tonight, number 20, Taylor Vancil. Number 3, Ella Masser. Number 4, Alyssa Motz. Number 11, Rachel Kwan. Number 12, Leslie Osborne. Number 14, Taryn Hemmings. Number 19, Julianne Sitch. Number 21, Ika Grings. Number 22, Sonia Foose. And number 23, Michelle Wenino. The head coach for your Chicago Red Stars, Mr. Rory Daines. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Remove your caps and face the flag near the scoreboard for our national anthem as we honor the men and women at home and abroad who fight for our freedoms every day, keeping us safe.
Okay, so there are the starting lineups complete. Western New York, I believe the same lineup they started in their last game against the Washington Spirit. For the Red Stars, very similar lineup. Last home game against Kansas City earlier last Thursday. The Red Stars rested quite a few players. Of course, Ella Masser, Lori Kolupny, Inka Grings, all in the starting lineup today for Chicago. Some pretty obvious absences, of course, for Western New York, missing out on Abby Wambach and Carly Lloyd, as they are with assignment with the national team players, as they prepare for their friendly against South Korea. The Chicago Red Stars without starting defender Karm Moscato, who you saw in the earlier show, and you'll see at halftime, her show with Ella. And then, of course, Chicago missing their starting goaltender, Erin McLeod. Taylor Vansel playing in her 7th game as a Red Stars keeper. She's played very well. Her actual first start was against Western New York when these two teams faced earlier in late May. That game was one where Western New York came from behind to score a couple of goals to beat the Red Stars 2-1. Since then, during that stretch, Western New York is undefeated in their last 6 games. That includes wins in 5 of their last 6. That's helped propel them up the standings. A look at the standings right now. Sky Blue sits tied atop with Portland. Only difference between them is goal differential. Sky Blue and Portland both sitting on 25 points. They have at least one game in hand over most of the other teams in the league right now. They sit on 11 games played. Western New York, 17 points through 9 games played. They're in 3rd. FC Kansas City, 16 points in 10 games. The Boston Breakers at 12 points. Chicago at 11, sitting just in front of Washington with 6 and Seattle with 1. That's where we stand tonight. So Chicago can start to make progress up the table. Boston within 1 point. FC Kansas City within 5 points. Still a lot of football to be played over the course of the last few months. Looks like the Red Stars will be coming out in their home blue kits, white shorts, blue socks, and they will start the game moving left to right. Western New York in their red kits today, moving right to left. These two teams, of course, no strangers even in last season when they both were members of the WPSL Elite. Some familiar faces out there for Western New York. They should have some familiarity with the facilities here at Benedictine University and some comfort with the field as well through their experiences last year. Game time weather information. Beautiful day for football. 75 degrees, bright sunshine, which may be a problem if you're in the broadcast booth, but not if you're down on the field. Little, if any, wind. Beautiful night, and we're underway. The Red Stars moving left to right and have the first play in the game. Played out of play early. The Red Stars with an early throw on the far side of the field. Once again, we'd like to thank our partners at the Chicago Center for Orthopedics for bringing you this webcast. Zerboni for Western New York, dispossessed by a few Red Stars. Through ball now to Inka Grings. Grings looks for options. Tries to flip one in. Fought for it. Trips the keeper off the ball. In there, and it's a goal! An early score right off the bat. Exactly what they needed. The Red Stars, a dream beginning and a perfect start. It's 1-0. Alyssa Motz gets the header to go off a ball that caught a deflection, it looked like, then hit the crossbar, caromed into the path of Alyssa Motz, playing in her forward outside wing role today, and she has given the Red Stars the early advantage. So critical for a team like Chicago, who's been struggling to score, especially at home, and they find themselves in an enviable position early on, up 1-0. Foose plays it back to Vansel. Foose looks forward again. Knocked down by Grings. Fought off, tried to get it to Kolupny. Taken away and now cleared by Western New York. Cannot understate how desperate Chicago was to get off to a fast start. I don't think they could have dreamt to go inside the first 3 minutes of this game. But indeed, that's what they have inside even the very first. Hemmings out of the back. Pops it forward, looking for Master on the far side. Just couldn't find her. Red Stars, of course, will get a 10-day break after this before they travel on the road. Next home game, if you're interested in getting tickets, if you're in the Chicago area, I believe it'll be Thursday, July 4th. Be a great opportunity to come out and catch the Red Stars. So Salem on the far side threw it in. Red Stars take back possession early on. Motts tried to find the through ball to Ella Master, who was making an incisive run. Here's Zerboni to clear the zone. Adriana. Her first meaningful touch. She's tripped up there. Sonia Foose protesting. And a quick restart. Reynolds drops it back. Johnson taken away by Winino. That ball is given away rather easily. Salem. DiMartino now. Tried to cut it back through. Got caught up in Winino's feet. DiMartino got it back. Banked it off. Winino banked it off DiMartino. Will be a Red Stars throw. Motts back to Winino. Good turn by Kolupny to elude danger. Grings. Nice through ball looking over for Kolupny. Just a little bit too heavy. Franch boots it deep. It's going to be one in the midfield by Western New York. Salem wide. Vansel will restart play for Chicago. Foose, forced back by Adriana. Red Stars happy with early possession, knocking it between the two center backs. Kolupny. Play the ball back to Vandenberg, who pops it forward for Ella Masser. Sorry, there's Quan on the far side, getting the start today. Taylor pops it forward, looking for Adriana. Instead, Taryn Hemmings watches that go out of play. Early here, 6 minutes of play. Red Stars with the early goal, 1-0. Alyssa Motts with her second tally of the season. Off good aggressive play from the very opening whistle by Chicago. It's Quan on the far side. Hemmings. Not afraid of making the run forward, but that time she gave it away. A good interception there. Now Western New York looks to counter. Looking for the far side ball to DiMartino. Winino is there to win it. She controls. Leslie Osborne in there as well. Stafus now around for Hemmings again. Osborne back from her injury. Picked up a knee strain. Back in the lineup for the last two games is Leslie, providing a solid veteran presence in the defensive mid for Chicago. Not the ball she wanted there. It's a turnover to Western New York. All the way back. Salem touches through. Now all the way back. Restarted with Taylor. Taylor looks for the long ball. Critical win there. Not totally clear as Foose won the first one, but ball caroms back to Hemmings. She kind of gave it away to Taylor. Adriana was stripped there. Now Lamasser looks to counter for Chicago. Johnson. Easy win, Kat Reynolds. Perez came back for that one. And that ball out of play. Turnover for Western New York. Gives it back to Chicago just inside their own half. Motts. Banked it off a flash player. Winino gets to take another throw. This time tries Ella Masser. Got it to Kolupny. Lost it to Zerboni, who plays it back to Franch. Popped forward. Red Stars won the header back to Vansel. Red Stars certainly feeling comfortable in the early going, keeping possession, letting their outside backs get high, a staple of their aggressive style when they can be. Greens wins the header. Kolupny tried to win it. Instead, Kat Reynolds now out of there for DiMartino. Banks off a couple of Red Stars here on the near side. We'll go for a Western New York throw in for Kat Reynolds. Drops it in for Adriana. Well defended, though. Johnson touched it to Salem, who will restart. Taylor. Headed down easily, but not to a Red Star. Adriana thought about a blast. Decided to take it. Was never on target. Now several long balls out of the back from the Western New York defense. Trying to target Adriana up top. See if her size can present some problems for the Red Stars back line today. Back line for the Red Stars certainly not small. Not the tallest group either, though. That's played forward by Salem. Run there is offsides from DiMartino. Here's Ella Masser. Tried to let that ball run through and then chase it. Good effort. Just too much on this artificial surface here at Benedictine University. Nice surface if you can ignore the football lines, obstructing the soccer lines, but we're certainly glad that Benedictine University has been such a good host of the Chicago Red Stars, providing such a great venue, as Kolupny has possession now for the Red Stars. Kolupny lays it wide. Masser, cross. There's an offsides flag up here. Looked like Ella was just in an offsides position there. When Kolupny played that ball to her, will be a free kick for Western New York. Franch is going to elect to take this all the way back at her 6-yard box. Don't think she saw the offsides call. Plays it forward. Motts, strong header. Just force a throw in down here on the near side for Kat Reynolds. Adriana. Reynolds. Looks for another long ball in the path of DiMartino. Taryn Hemmings gave chase. Got it back to Vansel. Western New York appearing to line up in a 4-5-1. Salem holding in that midfield role. Perez dropping back in kind of a midfield role, pseudo midfield role with Zerboni in the center of the park. DiMartino playing one of the wings. Highboiler on the other side. Then, of course, 4 across the back. Perez. Reynolds. Hounded by Motts. Dropped it back. Johnson gives chase. Little miscommunication as Franch came out, banked it off Inca Grings. A little bit of a let-off there. If that carried him the other direction, Chicago might have been in business. Good communication by Chicago, talking, making sure they have their marks right. That ball's played through. A little bit of space now for DiMartino running on. Good chase down by Foose. Couldn't win it, though. DiMartino still has it. Sends across. And Quan is able to get there and deal with it. Adriana was the one threatening in the box for Western New York. DiMartino still looking for options. Sends it across net. And it's a tie game. Adriana, the tying mark here, and we're level in the 13th minute. So a big goal for Western New York to get back in this, and we're only into the 14th minute. Adriana heads it home. We thought she might be a problem today for the Red Stars back line. That time it came to fruition. Great cross by DiMartino on her second effort. And now the Red Stars find themselves level. An eerie start to these two teams' first matchup against each other, where the Red Stars got out to a relatively early lead before Western New York came back with 2 goals, as we mentioned earlier. McCall Zerboni, who's out there today for Western New York with a game winner in that one, I recall. So we got a game on our hands. Only 15 minutes in, quarter of an hour gone. Red Stars sticking with their shape. Hemmings, a giveaway. Zerboni. Played it back. Johnson. Back to French. One and 0 picked it off. Just booted it high in the air. Kat Reynolds gives chase. Bounces over her head on the artificial surface, and he'll go out for a flash throw-in. Perez flicks it forward. Osborne. Hemmings. Julian Sitch. Ella Masser. Masser moves past one defender. A Red Star on the far side was taken out, and that will be a foul. Let's see which one she gives. Was it the first one or the second one? Because it looks like Quan on the overlapping run was also taken down. She will give the first foul, as Ella Masser was taken down as well. Sonia Foose and Lori Kolupny stand over this one. .28 yards from net. Foose sends it in. Across the face of goal, a free header just wide. Great opportunity again for Chicago to get back in front. Look like Inca Grings there. Just went wide. If you're Western New York, that is the one person you probably do not want running free in your 6-yard box. Inca Grings, one of the all-time greats when it comes to finishing. German national, Kolupny, head of steam, flicks it in the path of Ella Masser. Tries to flick. Saved off the line by Johnson. Another great opportunity. Ella Masser looking for her second goal in as many games. Just didn't get enough on that little half volley punch over French, but not into the back of the net. The Red Stars still maintain a possession here. Motts, 1-0. One-time cross. Punch clear by Salem. Hemmings ran in front of Adriana. Sonia Foose saves it from going out. Yes, she does. Goes all the way back to Vansel. Red Stars again enjoying to rebuild, starting with the center backs, moving very wide, playing a triangle game here with Vansel, the goalkeeper, from just outside her own box. With Hemmings and Foose flanked to her left and right. Hemmings. That ball's over the top. That is not the correct call. He's going to whistle Elamasser for offsides. I am right above the referee where he's positioned right there. And Elamasser was about 3 yards onside when that ball was played to her. As it stands, a Western New York free kick in a tie game in the 18th minute. Winnow won the first header. Motts down to Osborne, back to Motts. Kat Reynolds now fighting on the near side. Good challenge. Inka Grings thinks she won it. Looked like she did win it. Again, the call goes against Chicago. Back to Western New York. Headed forward by Adriana. Vansel collects at the top of her box. Red Star is definitely looking the more dangerous of the two sides thus far. But all it takes is that one opportunity, as Adriana showed with her goal. Just past the quarter-hour game. Red Stars still looking to make the most of their opportunities, and there have been some. So welcome change of pace after a little bit of a flat performance at home against Kansas City before waking up in earnest against the Blues. Sonia Foose decides now she wants to come forward for a long ball. Motts taken down by Reynolds. Looks like she got the ball, though. Play on. Be out for a Chicago throw-in. Referee wants Winnow to take 3 yards further back. She does. Estelle Johnson clears. Hemmings. Pressured by Adriana. Lost it between her feet for a second. Able to gain possession back. Sonia Foose. Osborne. Foose. Not a lot of movement, looking for that searching long ball out of the back line. This time they go shorter to Motts. Poked away by Salem. Julian Sitch knocks it wide for Rachel Kwan. Kwan off her. Careful with that as Elamasser was racing forward to put the pressure on. Red Stars get a throw off of it. Kolupny back to Kwan. Kolupny. Kwan again. Avoids the first but not the second. That'll go out for a Western New York throw. 22nd minute. We're knotted at 1 off goals by Alyssa Motts and Adriana. Kat Reynolds. Lots of space, but Alyssa Motts giving quick chase. Great tackle by Motts. Fantastic effort. And now she's going to be whistled for a tardy foul. Head referee today, Kara Hontum. Free kick to be taken by Veronica Perez. Perez. Good searching ball in. Easy catch for Vansel, however. DiMartino applying the pressure there. We'll see if Western New York remains content to let Chicago kind of knock the ball around the back. It looks like that maybe a change in strategy here as Perez came up to pressure a little bit more. But now Western New York backs out of it again. content to defend the final two-thirds of the playing field. Ball forward, hit L in the back of the head. Or maybe it was the hand, or maybe she was offsides again. Flag didn't go up. Must have been a hand there. Tough to see looking right in the sun at about that point of the field. A little difficult to tell from up here. It will be a free kick for Western New York. That ball looks for Adriana, who flicked it forward. No one making the second run, though, so Vansel collects it to her feet. Over halfway gone in the first half. Kolupny. Kwan. Kolupny, good turn. Move right past Salem. Tried to find the ball through to Motts. Grings now. Osborne. Not quite. She was looking for Kwan on the far side of the field. Just a little behind her, a little high. Masser fighting for it with Zarboni. Chicago comes out of there. Kolupny try to run into a couple of defenders. Ball pinballs around off a Western New York player there. So it will be Chicago's throw. Masser will leave it for Rachel Kwan. Masser. It's offsides there. On the far side for Chicago will be a Western New York free kick. Could hear head coach Rory Dames giving a little lecture about not being offsides on that quick 1-2 by Chicago. They had another good opportunity to make something happen on another cross. Hybor. Couldn't find a target. Ella Masser there. Looked like she might have been tripped up. Play on. Perez. Zerboni. Back to Perez. Good through ball. Couldn't control it, though. Goes back to Vansel. The Red Stars will restart in their standard fashion. Here's Hemmings on the far side. Dispossessed by McCall Zerboni was Inca Grings. Little takedown there is called. That was Hybor hitting the deck. Will be a free kick for Western New York. Ball just inside of midfield. High ball forward looking for Adriana Hemmings. Muscles are off there, not completely away. Martino tried to send it back across the box, but it's taken out by Chicago. Errant header by Brittany Taylor. Go out for a Chicago throw. 28th minute, still 1-1. Kolupny. Error of the ball just being taken out of this game a little bit from the early frantic pace that we saw in the first 15 minutes of this one. Red Stars' defensive, possessive style has really taken some of the air out of the ball since that opening goal. There's a little pressure here. Almost forced the turnover. Vansel has time to make a sure-footed play, although it is out of play. Will be a throw-in. Alex Salin. Adriana from high board, back to Adriana. Zerboni slid in. Salin tried the cross, blocked by Chicago and out of play. Zerboni was marked by Sitch. Johnson goes wide for Kat Reynolds. Wider for DiMartino. Winino hit the deck. DiMartino sends a cross in. Foose blocked it. DiMartino eludes Winino. Now sends another one in for the back post. Kwan deals with it. Plays it out of play. Will be a corner kick for Western New York. Looks like it will be taken by McCall Zerboni here. Passing over into the 30th minute of play. Zerboni with two hands in the air. Western New York gathered at the top of the 18. Zerboni sends one in. Flicked header. Looked like Adriana. Or, nope. Would have been Perez in there for the flick header. Vansel to restart. After the errant header. Looked like it was by Brittany Taylor, in fact. Zerboni goes up for it, misses. Salem wrestled off by Lori Kolupny. And then Kolupny hits the deck. Off Zerboni, who protests. Looked like she got both the ball and Lori Kolupny on Kolupny's way to a break for Chicago. Free kick here. 45 yards from goal. Sonia Foose to take this. Red Stars congregate 18 yards away, just to the right of center. Foose, driven ball, headed away easily. Adriana. Good ball forward. Adriana, miscommunication there. As Perez thought she was going to stop her run and check back to the ball. Instead, the miscommunication allowed Hemmings to come back and win it. Reynolds now. Hemmings again in front of Adriana. Headed forward by Osborne. Grings. Sitch. Masser. Ella looks back to the near side. Tried to find Motts. Reynolds did another high throw. Osborne just sends it right back. DiMartino. Swim moves around Motts. Plays it forward for Adriana, but Sonia Foose there first. And back to Vansel for the restart. We hope you're enjoying this opportunity to catch this Red Stars midweek game. Of course, this broadcast once again brought to you by the Chicago Center for Orthopedics. Bringing you this game and this webcast this evening from Lisle, Illinois. Hemmings wide for Kwan. Turned back. All the way back to Vansel. Surely the Red Stars were thinking after those first couple of minutes that maybe luck had turned. Would have relished a chance to get up early and hold on to that win. Might have been just a little too much to ask against a talented Western New York side, even without Abby Wambach here, and Carly Lloyd for that matter. Mott's whistled for the foul on Salem. Brittany Taylor now, forward. Masser. Kolupny. Kwan. That ball from Vansel brought Foose a little wider than she probably wanted. So she sends it back to Vansel, who tries the other side now with Hemmings. Hemmings, long ball. Ella Masser now looking like she's spearheading the front part of this attack, at least momentarily was. And it looks like the referee's giving a free kick on the far side to Chicago. We'll give the Red Stars players a chance to get forward again. 35th minute. Still 1-1. High ball. Rather short. Kolupny back in. Pinballed around for a quick one-timer by Winino. Never on target. Did break free, though. French replays. Right to a few Red Stars. Grings won the first one. Looked for Kolupny and couldn't win it. Hemmings. Good header down. Couldn't maintain possession. Salem lost it to Julian Sitch. Sitch fought off the first defender. Oh, but won it back. Off Taylor. Now sends a cross in. Out of bounds. As French caught it over the touchline, but it was deflected. So it will be a corner kick for Chicago. So a good scoring opportunity here for Chicago. Corner kick. High ball. Played about the penalty spot. Headed forward. Save by French. Looked like it was Leslie Osborne getting the head to it for Chicago. French didn't seem too bothered by it, though. Was a little far away from goals. That corner took Osborne a little bit further away than she probably would have liked. DiMartino almost stole that from Winino. Osborne is able to secure possession for Chicago. Now Vansel. Ella Masser. Overlapping run from Kwan with pace now. Kwan. Options in the middle are Grings. Sends it over and off the American football upright. That's out of play. Not the cross Kwan wanted there, but a good overlapping run from her. Getting those outside backs into play. Once again, an important part of the system Rory Dames likes to employ. French's ball was over the head of Zerboni. Salem knocked it forward for Adriana. Another good overlapping run here. That's onside. Played across the face of goal. Had to be dealt with by Winino. Not totally clear yet. Sent across again. Winino there again. And then boots it clear. Grings couldn't control that. And Estelle Johnson came over just to pound it back deep. So the match has become rather level and fairly uneventful in the last 15 or so minutes. Each side with some half chances. Scoreline probably reflecting the run of play thus far. Although really just the one very good chance for Western New York. A few more half chances. Johnson. Perez. Zerboni. Lots of space on the wide side for Salem. Inside for Highbore. Highbore. Turn back, at least initially. Taylor bombs forward. Flicked header. Right into the path of Highbore. Knocked away. Vinsel had to make a one-handed save. It looked like it caromed off her own defender. But she had to get a touch to it. Caught a little wrong-footed. Western New York applying pressure. Adriana's shot. Tried to bend it in the far corner. And now Western New York feeling like they have a little bit of life there. The bench applauding that effort. Injecting a little bit of excitement into their play as we head into the 40th minute. Vansel back in play. 5 minutes plus any stoppage time left remaining here in this first half of play. Still 1-1. Western New York, Chicago. Once again, we'll have the 6th installment, I believe, of the Ella Karm show at halftime for you, as well as an interview following the Kansas City game of, I believe, Ella Masters as well. So we hope you stick around during halftime of this one to catch a couple of those, especially if we cut you off from watching the entire episode before this game started. Corner kick for Chicago on the far side. Right into the sun, so I can't tell exactly who it is. Don't have the benefits of any monitors up here in the booth. Looks like Lori Kolupny and Julian Sitch over there. Kolupny typically takes. Swings one in, back post. Osborne is there again! And she nets it for Chicago! Osborne has given the Red Stars the lead! She almost scored on her previous attempt, and now the second time has proven to be the charm. 2 games back into the rotation as Osborne, and she has found what might be a very critical goal for Chicago in this match. 2-1, Chicago leads. Just passed into the 42nd minute. Osborne finding herself free on consecutive corner kicks from the far side for Chicago. And that second one, perfectly done into the wide side of the goal, over the head of French. And the Red Stars back in business here. Oh, maybe only momentarily. Here's a header was almost won. Still not dealt with. Hemming's not clear. Perez fancied a shot, but it was blocked. And now Ella Masser was there to relieve some pressure. Western New York almost immediately responding yet again. It took them about 12 minutes to respond to the initial strike by Chicago. Almost cut that response time to a minute there with that opportunity as Adriana served in a very good ball for Zerboni, who made a good forward run. Kolupny cleared away. Backheeled by Adriana, out of play. Kwan will take the throw-in for the Chicago Red Stars, 43rd minute. Foose. Wide for Winino. Motts and Winino. Trade passes. Kolupny looks for the overlap. Tries to find it in the path of Motts. Difficult ball to deal with. Marked all the way by Cat Reynolds. Banked it off of Reynolds. Will be a throw-in for Winino here on the near side. Motts flicks the header forward. Kolupny comes away with it. Plenty of help there from Salem, among others. Finally cleared away. Hybor couldn't win that. Masser cuts in. Knocked away. So here we go again on the far side for Chicago. If history is any indication, Leslie Osborne will just try to find herself free here. She's lined up towards the back post again. That's where the last two balls have been dropped into play by Kolupny. This one sent across right into the 6-yard box, and French is able to catch that easily. Forward for Adriana. Marked by Hemmings, the center back. Looks for the overlapping run. Quan read that all the way. Kicks it out of play. Western New York throw. We've played 45 minutes. In stoppage time here. Red Stars tangled up. Forward for Grings. Brought it down well. Estelle Johnson is able to take that away as the ball was looking for Alyssa Motts. She put the Red Stars on the board early with her second of the season. Masser throws this into the box. Flicked header down. French did well to come out and collect that, saving what could have been another dangerous moment at the back for Western New York. Osborne's whistled for the foul there. Looks like it might have been a collision there. The back heel. Adriana looks like she's trying to shake that off. Moves back forward. Adriana needs to be marked closely here. She is marked by Sonia Foose. Ball played in. Now finally cleared by Rachel Kwan. Perez played it back. Now a looping ball forward, onside and in play, but the referee decided that was a good time to end the first half. So we've ended the first half here. Chicago Red Stars. An early goal by Alyssa Motts. Adriana answered for Western New York off her head. And then it was Leslie Osborne off the corner kick who was able to find the far netting to give Chicago the 2-1 lead as we head into halftime. Once again, catch Ella Masser and Karm Moscato's show. Karm Moscato, of course, not with the team. We wish her all the best with the Canadian national team, along with Erin McLeod, who's missing this game for the Chicago Red Stars. You can catch the 6th installment of that show during halftime, as well as an interview following the Kansas City game with Ella Masser. We'll be back in the second half. Until then, enjoy.
As you guys can see, I'm missing my better half. But, as you also can see, my attire is what my better half would be wearing. Literally, she was so kind, actually she doesn't know this yet, but she was so kind, I went over into her apartment and I picked out an outfit of hers that she would wear at all points of time of the day. And I know you guys might think this is from Walmart, but I promise you it's not. This is real life. All of this, we made this for her, it's a skull. All this is real life. So, let me continue by saying, there's good and bad news. The bad news is I have to wear this. And then the good news is we actually, because HBO picked up our show that you guys found out last week, we actually get to fly over and see Karm in Germany. Yep, that's right. This is coming to you, so we're gonna take a break and get on an airplane and then yeah, fly over and see how Karm's doing in Germany. As you guys can see, we're back. Karm's joined us from Germany, so guten Morgen. A little bit shorter. That's all I'm really going to say about that one. So for today, Karm has a lot to say, but actually she heard her voice being overseas and the travel and stuff, her larynx, I think, is a little bit sore, so she actually cannot answer. But she's already texted me all the answers to the questions, so all I'm going to do is ask her 3 questions that have been asked before on the show. And I'm going to tell you the answers. So, number 1, Karm, you ready? Yeah, okay. Number 1, who is the prettiest on the team? What was that? Yeah, Ella. Okay, you guys missed it. Okay, number 2, who is the best dancer on the team? Ella. Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, one more. If you and the royal family were here right now, everybody on the royal family, do you think that I should be knighted? Wait, hold on. Hold on, we even have this right here. She told me to bring this for her. Hopefully that will stay up. Yep. Okay, do you think that I should be knighted? She said she's gonna get back to me, so like when everybody comes back, the queen and everybody, she says yes. And so everybody else says that they're gonna join her next week maybe. And we will use this sword, it's high class here. And then, just for this quick segment, all we're doing, the reason I'm doing this nice interaction together in Germany that we flew across the world for you guys is just for the tickets for the game tomorrow against Western New York. We play at 6:30 at Benedictine, or I guess it'd be today, that would be correct. The question is, I'm going to say 3 statements about Karm. Okay, just 3 statements. Whoever tells me how many of these 3 statements are true stories gets to come. So it could be 1, it could be none, it could be all of them. And so let's see. Statement number 1. Karm used to play basketball in high school, and she was so committed to soccer that when a ball would go on the floor, she would actually do a step over on the basketball court to try to do it as a move. Yeah, I'm not making that one up. So that's one's true, okay? Sorry, I had to throw that one. Number 2. She grew up with 3 chihuahuas named Pepe, Tequila, oh shoot, what was one more? Pepe, Tequila, and Chulo. And the last one, the first time Karm and I really ever met was in October, and it was in Madison, and we decided to relive our glory days and go up there for the Halloween bash. And we dressed as that old dungeon movie, Legends of the Hidden Temple. So again, whoever says 1, 2, or 3 are true, answers first gets the ticket. And last but not least, as much as I do want to get knighted, I think that there's a secret that I really need to tell you guys. I've kept this in for a long time, and I think it's just time that everybody knows why they call me the peasant, because usually like it's the lowest, humble people that really are the greatest. So yeah, here it is. This is first time world review here.
I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
So it was good that we came here, got 3 points. I think it speaks to our character that we went down the first 3 minutes and we're on the road, and we came back and won 3-1. And also, we had a lot of different people step up. You know, Inka got her first goal, I got my first goal, and then Sonia put one in the back of the net. You know, I think that we focus of when you play 4 games in 10 days, which a lot of the teams do, is that we want to get as many points. And you know, Kansas City came in and they brought it on Thursday, and they made a statement, and we wanted to come in here and make a statement. I think we were disappointed in the way we played on Thursday. And the beauty is you don't really get second chances, and now we had 72 hours later, we got a second chance to come back and prove ourselves, and now we prepare for Wednesday. We need those 3 points. You know, today is a special day for me. It's Father's Day, and a lot of you know, I lost my father about 1 year and 8 months ago, and actually before the game I was talking to Inka, and Inka's lost her father about, I think about 8 years ago. I forget, she's older. And we just said today we score for our fathers. And so after the goal was scored, I just point up because it's kind of the way I still talk to him, and it was a pretty emotional moment for me, but the first one's done, and I got it on this day, which is, it means the world to me. As you guys can see, I'm missing my better half. But, as you also can see, my attire is what my better half would be wearing. Literally, she was so kind, actually she doesn't know this yet, but she was so kind, I went over into her apartment and I picked out an outfit of hers that she would wear at all points of time of the day. And I know you guys might think this is from Walmart, but I promise you it's not. This is real life. All of this, we made this for her, it's a skull. All this is real life. So, let me continue by saying, there's good and bad news. The bad news is I have to wear this. And then the good news is we actually, because HBO picked up our show that you guys found out last week, we actually get to fly over and see Karm in Germany. Yep, that's right. This is coming to you, so we're gonna take a break and get on an airplane, and then fly over and see how Karm's doing in Germany. As you guys can see, we're back. Karm's joined us from Germany, so Guten Morgen. A little bit shorter. That's all I'm really going to say about that one. So for today, Karm has a lot to say, but actually she heard her voice being overseas and the travel and stuff, her larynx, I think, is a little bit sore, so she actually cannot answer. But she's already texted me all the answers to the questions, so all I'm going to do is ask her 3 questions that have been asked before on the show. And I'm going to tell you the answers. So, number 1, Karm, you ready? Yeah, okay. Number 1, who is the prettiest on the team? What was that? Yeah, Ella. Okay, you guys missed it. Okay, number 2, who is the best dancer on the team? Ella. Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, one more. If you and the royal family were here right now, everybody on the royal family, do you think that I should be knighted? Wait, hold on. Hold on, we even have this right here. She told me to bring this for her. Hopefully that will stay up. Yep. Okay, do you think that I should be knighted? she said she's gonna get back to me, so like when everybody comes back, the queen and everybody, she says yes. And so everybody else says that they're gonna join her next week maybe. And we will use this sword, it's high class here. And then just for this quick segment, all we're doing, the reason I'm doing this nice interaction together in Germany that we flew across the world for you guys is just for the tickets for the game tomorrow against Western New York. We play at 6:30 at Benedictine, or I guess it'd be today, that would be correct. The question is, I'm gonna say 3 statements about Karm. Okay, just 3 statements. Whoever tells me how many of these 3 statements are true stories gets to come. So it could be 1, it could be none, it could be all of them. And so let's see. Statement number 1. Karm used to play basketball in high school, and she was so committed to soccer that when a ball would go on the floor, she would actually do a step over on the basketball court to try to do it as a move. Yeah, I'm not making that one up. So that's one's true, okay? Sorry, I had to throw that one. Number 2. She grew up with 3 chihuahuas named Pepe, Tequila, oh shoot, what was one more? Pepe, Tequila, and Chulo. And the last one, the first time Karm and I really ever met was in October, and it was in Madison, and we decided to relive our glory days and go up there for the Halloween bash. And we dressed as that old dungeon movie, Legends of the Hidden Temple. So again, whoever says 1, 2, or 3 are true, answers first gets the ticket. And last but not least, as much as I do want to get knighted, I think that there's a secret that I really need to tell you guys. I've kept this in for a long time, and I think it's just time that everybody knows why they call me the peasant, because usually like it's the lowest, humble people that really are the greatest. So yeah, here it is. This is first time world review here.
I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
So it was good that we came here, got 3 points. I think it speaks to our character that we went down the first 3 minutes and we're on the road, and we came back and won 3-1. And also, we had a lot of different people step up. You know, Inka got her first goal, I got my first goal, and then Sonia put one in the back of the net. You know, I think that we focused of when we play 4 games in 10 days, which a lot of the teams do, is that we want to get as many points. And you know, Kansas City came in and they brought it on Thursday, and they made a statement, and we wanted to come in here and make a statement. I think we were disappointed in the way we played on Thursday. And the beauty is you don't really get second chances, and now you get 72 hours later, we got a second chance to come back and prove ourselves, and now we prepare for Wednesday. We need those 3 points. You know, today is a special day for me. It's Father's Day. And a lot of you know, I lost my father about 1 year and 8 months ago. And actually, before the game, I was talking to Inka, and Inka's lost her father about, I think about 8 years ago. I forget, she's older. And we just said today we score for our fathers. And so after the goal was scored, I just point up because it's kind of the way I still talk to him. And it was a pretty emotional moment for me, but the first one's done, and, I got it on this day, which is, it means the world to me.
Okay, welcome back. Just in time as the second half gets underway here in this NWSL matchup between the Chicago Red Stars and the Western New York Flash. Chicago Red Stars lead 2-1 off goals by Alyssa Motts and Leslie Osborne. Western New York has one goal scored by Adriana Martin. Pretty even first half there. Red Stars got on the board first very early on. Western New York was able to counter with a goal of their own just several minutes later, about a quarter of an hour into the match. Then finally it was Leslie Osborne around the 41st minute to put the Red Stars back on top and put in danger Western New York's unbeaten streak. A lot of soccer to play still. Red Stars will look to continue to press their advantage. First half, pretty frantic pace early on, then settled down during the middle there, and then started to pick up towards the end of play in the first half. Red Stars getting the better part of play and winning it. Hemmings wasn't paying attention as we restart here. No substitutions we were made aware of here in the box. Status quo, here's the Red Stars restart with Kwan looking for a cross. Banked out for a throw-in on the near side into the corner. Red Stars now working right to left. Ella Masser prepares for a long throw. She starts her run on the track, then fires it into the 6-yard box, flicked by Grings. Not to any Red Star, though, and Lori Kolupny runs by and tries to win this. Challenged by Zerboni first, and then DiMartino second. Lost it out of play. Don't think you can understate how much the Red Stars would love to win this game. Western New York is one of the two teams, along with Kansas City, the Red Stars will need to try to pass if they want to try to make the playoffs here. Still 7 weeks left of the regular season. Western New York sitting on 17 points compared to Chicago's 11. So 3 points here would go a long way to getting the Red Stars back into the mix here, with both the Flash and the Blues ahead of them in the standings. Western New York has played one less game than most of the other league competitors. Throw it on the far side for Winino. There's the goal scorer, Motts. Zerboni wins it back for Western New York. She'll restart with Franch in the back line. Franch tried to play it to DiMartino. DiMartino couldn't get a touch to it. Winino will get the throw on the far side for Chicago. Just starting the second half here. 49th minute. If you stuck around for halftime, hope you enjoyed those two pieces. Ella and Karm show, and then the interview that followed that. As mentioned, Moscato McLeod were on assignment today. Good showing by Canada overall, losing 1-0 to Germany. A couple of key plays by Red Stars in that game. McLeod making some key saves, and Karm Moscato clearing the ball off the line for Canada to keep it a close scoreline at the end of the day. Germany, a very tough side for the Canadians. That was Perez. Perez still on it. Avoided the first defender, then split a couple of Red Stars. Highbore got to that, into the path of Adriana. Foose was there. Kwan helped in support. And then Taryn Hemmings fires it out of play. Salen with the throw. Nice move to step away by Brittany Taylor. Now long ball into the path of DiMartino, who was offsides as she began her run. Coach Rory Dames telling his defense, as you can hear him in the booth, even from the far side of the field, that it's the same idea from Western New York. Long balls out of the back, diagonal long balls looking for the cross-field run. That time it was DiMartino. Vansel's long ball finds Zerboni's head twice. Perez. Johnson. Salem. Zerboni. Perez. Taylor now. Long ball forward again on the diagonal, looking for DiMartino. Winino was wise for that. Vansel restarts to Hemmings, and the Red Stars restart their possession game at the back. Vansel waited for a defender to check her and then clicks it long. Elamasser headed that forward, but is taken out by Zerboni. Highbore, a little behind Zerboni, avoids and plays it off. Johnson and now Brittany Taylor. Central ball. Adriana. Quan is tripped by Highbore. Will be a free kick to Chicago. Solid start to the half. Really on both sides. Game for the most part being played between both sides' back lines early here in the second half. Red Stars will certainly want to try to get up 2 goals, but won't take too many chances forward, or shouldn't. Try to protect this 2-1 lead. Foos spun that ball into the center. Got all the way to her German national teammate Grings. Ball caroms back to Foos, who goes long again. Motts off her head and out of play. Decent crowd on hand tonight, especially in light of Chicago's favorite Blackhawks playing a game simultaneously with this. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Red Stars looking to continue to build what has been a solid middle part of the season. Kolupny tried to get free. A good, critical defensive play by Estelle Johnson. Adriana. Perez. Path of Taylor. Zerboni. Salin. Tried to slip Taylor through. Is now out of position, but Salin gets a touch to this. Not all the way back, though. Salin providing coverage. Kolupny provides the long ball. Almost in the path of Motts. Good play on the far side by Reynolds. Julian Sitch being chased in earnest by DiMartino. And now Sitch tried to find a cross, but couldn't get around on it. We'll go for a goal kick. Kolupny giving chase into the corner. Move past Johnson, who took her down. That will be a free kick for Chicago. On the far side of the field, Lori Kolupny collects the ball she gets up on one knee. Looks like she's all right, though. We'll take the free kick as the Red Stars gather towards the back post just inside the 18. See if they can get another goal off a set piece. They already have one off Leslie Osborne's header that came following the corner kick. Sonia Foos now also up. Looks like she'll call Kolupny off. Foos drives it back post. That's headed in front. Knocked away. That bounced off to Quan. Touched away by Highbore. Will be a Red Stars throw. And Ella Masser will come over to make the long ball. So here's Ella Masser. Put this long ball in off the throw-in. Gets a running start again from the track. Launches it into the 6-yard box. Foot forward by Grings. Dealt with, and then Quan just boots it. That'll go out for a goal kick. Once again, this game is presented by the Chicago Center for Orthopedics. My name is Ben Solomon, and it's my pleasure to be with you this evening. Beautiful evening from Lisle, Illinois. Osborne wins another header. Motts. Salem wins it from her and finds Perez. Salem wide for Reynolds. Kept it in play. Winino knocks it away from DiMartino. Will go out for a Western New York throw on the far side. They take it quickly. Zerboni's forward here. Zerboni through the legs, taken down. No call, play on. Salem sends it back in. Quan deals with it easily. Plenty of time for a half volley attempt. It really was to nowhere. Will go out for a goal kick. And the two players down in a heap there on the far side. Victims of the collision might be Taryn Hemmings for the Chicago Red Stars. And it looks like it is. She'll come out momentarily as the trainer had to come out to attend to her. Western New York coach Aaron Lyons was certainly screaming for a penalty kick there. Looked like it was right on the edge of the box. Ball through the defender's legs, but then Zerboni, who was the Western New York player who went into that collision, went right into Hemmings. Tough to give one either way there, especially if that was in the box. Both players have to exit the playing field momentarily. Waiting to be waved back onto the pitch by the referee. She doesn't want to wave them on yet, though. And then Rory Dames implores the referee at least 2 or 3 times before she finally allows Zerboni and Hemmings back onto the field. Rory a little nervous, of course. Hemmings in her center back role for Chicago. Vansel content to let the ball sit at her feet. Forward. Flicked forward. Knocked down by Inca Grings. And now more calls Zerboni back. Good steal there from Julian Sitch. Forward by Osborne. Into the path of Motts. Easy for French. Read it the whole way. Was out there at the top of her box. Make the easy play, but then given away. By both sides, really. Reynolds to Salem. Taylor to Perez. Salem now. Taylor to Perez. Zerboni flicks it wide. Hemmings was always there, got shoved, played through it. Grings. Back to Hemmings. Lots of space on the far side, almost gave it away to DiMartino. DiMartino, good hustle, good speed to check back into the path of Winino. And now it's stolen and running the other way. This ball looking for high bore is an awkward play for Vansel. She deals with it safely. Ball to the far side. Ella Masser gave chase to try to keep it in, doesn't, and will be a flash throw-in. Salem playing with a little soft cast on her right arm. Drops it in forward. Winino. Touches in the path of Sitch. Back to Winino. Western New York down by a goal, definitely pushing a lot higher up the field. You saw in that first half Chicago looking to restart deep in their own half without much pressure from the Flash. A little change of strategy by head coach Aaron Lyons. This ball's coming to the middle for Perez. Shot ended up being a looper and never on target. 61st minute of play here. Red Stars still lead 2-1. Osborne in position for a game-winning goal in her second game back from a sprained MCL. Red Stars looking to do it without starters Karm Moscato and Aaron McLeod. Western New York trying to battle back without stars Abby Wambach and Carly Lloyd. Be a big boost of confidence that the Red Stars can see this through to its conclusion. Won't have another game until next weekend. Not this weekend, but 10 days from now. Well-deserved and well-earned break. This is a stretch of games, and these next 5 or 6 games present the Red Stars with a lot of winnable ones, as that shot is never on target from Kolutny. Lots of good chances for Chicago to put some more points up on the board. Here comes a first substitute of the day. It will be Hybor making an exit. It will be Sarah Huffman, number 14, on to replace her. She'll assume the right wing role, it looks like, or she'll chat with McCall Zerboni. Figure things out. Looks like she will come over to the right side. So Huffman on, Hybor taking a seat here in the 62nd minute of play. Foul there as Salem draws the contact. Leslie Osborne committing the infraction. Taylor restarts. Good steal by Sitch, who stepped in front of Zerboni. Plays it forward. Inca Grings giving chase. All the way back. Calmly played out of the back. Taylor avoids Kolutny. Johnson wide for Reynolds. Good ball forward. Trying to find Huffman. The substitute. Takes a first touch. Marked all the way by Rachel Kwan. Corner for Salen. Huffman again. Elects to go back. Brittany Taylor. Taylor drives one across. Ooh. Adriana was unmarked there at the top of the 18. Red Stars a little fortunate that ball went beyond her and into the path of Winino instead, and there's a foul by Motts. Free kick here inside Chicago's half. Johnson stands over it, drives it across, good ball. Huffman heads it back in. Really no flash players attacking that ball as the Red Stars were able to get a good clearance on it. Ella Masser now gets a good touch and plays an even better ball. Now it's Alyssa Motts. She tries an early chance. Save! And a great one at that by French to keep the Flash within contact, as it looks like that half volley, early half volley by Motts might have given her her second goal. Really great touch there by Ella Masser to spring the break. Inca Grings, a good touch into the path of Alyssa Motts. It was just bouncing on her a little bit, though. French was off her line, looking to cut down the angle, and did well to deal with that. Red Stars have been dangerous from these. Low-driven ball by Sitch. Hit the back post! Just wide. It was flicked on. Leslie Osborne fancied herself another one there. Red Stars 2 good chances in the 65th minute, but both can't find the mark. So those missed opportunities that hopefully will not cost them later. They still lead, and they still have most of the play. That could have been a turnover, but Motts couldn't control it as she slid in. French does control for the flash. Huffman couldn't win it. Banked off of Kwan. Throw in for the flash. Kwan knocks it away. Taylor tried to re-establish the attack. Goes over the back of Grings, and Grings draws the call. Taryn Hemmings to take this just inside Chicago's half of the field. Bombs it forward. Really no Red Stars in sight there as that's easily headed away. Hemmings back in. Kolupny giving chase. Salin also giving chase. We'll let that roll out of play. Deep throw in for the flash. Salin. That ball finds Kwan. Kwan looked for Master on the near side. Just couldn't find her. Here's Grings. Motts. Back for Winino. Motts and Winino, a great little 1-2. Motts still running on. Looked for a call and will get it. Thought she was obstructed on the far side. Much to the disagreement of the Flash players on the bench on the far side of the field. Still will be a Red Stars free kick to be taken by Sonia Foos. Red Stars beginning to look a threat here, that they might tally their third. They have looked dangerous from set pieces. Foos gets her 10 yards. DiMartino takes back a couple. Foos pops it into the box, to the back post, headed down, and then cleared away. Perez got it clear for Western New York. Kwan will get the throw for Chicago. In for Grings. Kwan. Motts is shouldered off, slid in. Will be a Western New York throw. Salin for Perez, taken away, and now touch back. Inca Grings looks to shoot, deflected by her own defender, now right in front, scramble for it, and then finally cleared. A little miscommunication as French looks like she wanted to claim that. Ends up not causing any damage. DiMartino giving chase. Good communication there by Vansel. Calls off Winino, who just shielded DiMartino from making any attempt to get into that. Foos. Forward again to her German colleague, Inca Grings. Grings inside the 18. Forced away from goal here by Taylor, though. Grings looks for more options. No help coming yet. Kolupny's there. Back to Grings. Marked. Good check back there by DiMartino. Able to win it into the path of Perez now. Perez. Adriana. Gave it right away to Leslie Osborne. Motts. Wide. Sitch. Back inside for Motts. Well read, though, by Johnson. Huffman restarts the counter for Western New York. Perez hits the deck, no call. Looked like a clean win by Hemmings. Kwan out of the back. Grings, good ball, almost through. The crowd gasped. They saw it as well. Motts had the inside position. Through ball just wasn't there. Sitch. There's Ella Masser here on the near side. Motts again. Had a great game and finds a through ball to Kolupny, who's taken down at the top of the box. We'll see what that elicits from the referee. Should be a card. Let's see where she points to. That was right on the edge of the penalty area. It looks like she has pointed to the spot. We'll see. There is some disagreement here. That is a yellow card to Zerboni. And it will be taken outside the penalty area, but just outside. Kolupny up here in the booth. I do not get the benefit of the replay, so our fans will have to make the judgment for themselves. It certainly looked close. I think this was probably the right call looking at it live. Kolupny might have been just outside the box when she was taken down. Clearly a takedown there. Zerboni not the last defender. Grings goes for goal over the top. French seemed to be shading that way as well. So an ambitious effort there by Inka Grings. But when you're that close, going for goal is never a bad strategy. Red Stars looking ever more like they might find the third. Cracks beginning to appear in the foundation of that back four for Western New York. But as we've seen, Western New York does not need many chances to find the net. Salin looked for Huffman. This will run all the way through on the artificial surface and out of play. Temperatures beginning to cool off nicely for the players as the sun sets behind the beautiful setting here at Benedictine University. Vansel. Forward, not a play. We'll go for a Chicago throw. No rush at all by Chicago here. 73rd minute. 74th now. Crossing over. Red Stars have to hold this lead for 17 minutes plus stoppage time. What would be a very, very important win for Chicago before their 10-day break. And they'd go into that break with a win over a team they need to catch if they want their season to carry on through the middle of August. Brittany Taylor. Huffman. Taylor. Dribbles it to the sideline. Give it away to Sitch, but that Karen's back into the path of Zerboni. Zerboni elects to go wide. Salin tried the cross, and that fires into the crowd. Off the block from Sitch. Surprising some of the patrons behind the goal there. Had to stay alert. McCall Zerboni. The corner kick for Western New York. Two hands in the air again for Zerboni. Sends this back post. Never in play, I don't think. And no, it was not. Goal kick for Chicago. Last few minutes, Ella Masser and Alyssa Motts switching sides, and Chicago's called a 4-5-1 formation. Ella playing wide right now. Motts playing wide left. Very similar tactic that the men's national team employed in last night's game against Honduras. Eddie Johnson switching sides with Graham Zuzi in that one. Very similar type of idea. especially with the outside backs getting high when they can for Chicago. Won't be taking too many chances in this second half with a 1-goal lead and 15 minutes to play. Huffman. Perez. Stolen by Hemmings, who ventures forward. Forces it all the way back to French. Stolen by Sitch. Chicago with a lot of options here. Likes to go inside for Kolupny, and Kolupny just lost it. Another great opportunity for her to go forward. Just didn't get the footwork quite right there. Hemmings goes the safe route, knocks it out of play. Red Stars just missing on a couple of these forward runs. Huffman chopped down by Sitch, who protests, but I think that's a pretty clear knock there. Sitch kind of came through the left leg of Huffman. Perez comes over to take this for Western New York. Western New York sending players to the back post as Perez sends a low ball across, flicked forward. About all she could do to get that on target. Will be a goal kick. '78th minute of play. Red Stars still lead 2-1. In this NWSL midseason match. Tough challenge in midfield, and that would go for a foul. It looked like Adriana took a knock in the back of the head off the short restart by Vansel. It will be another free kick for Western New York. Chicago won't want to get in the business of giving these away so lightly here. About 10 minutes to go as the substitute enters play here. See if we can pick this out. Looks like it might be DiMartino who's taking a seat. I'll try to get a confirmation of that. Ball played in. Looking for the back post. Lots of players in the mix there, but it looked like it caromed off Perez's head and out of play for a Red Stars throw. Or kick, excuse me, goal kick. So a little offensive-defensive substitution there. Making sense. We're told that it is Catherine Reynolds who has exited the playing field. Ashley Grove enters. Western New York looking for the equalizer. Vansel. A little longer kick this time forward. Osborne header. One to Masser. Flicked forward. Looking for Kolupny giving chase. Can she get there? She can. Sorry, this is Inka Grings. Grings. Back inside. Kolupny there. Still on it. Back for Inka Grings. Knocked off the ball there. Good win by Zerboni. And Kwan's ball looking for the back post run. But the forward momentum of Chicago's attack had stopped. And French is able to claim it with no trouble. Throw it on the far side for Western New York. Referee unhappy with the position of the throw. Good shield off there. Winino wins it. McCall Zerboni back into the path. It's one out of play. Be another throw. Perez. Shoulders off Hemmings, who falls and will get the call there. Perez with the body. Foul on Motts. Sonia Foose to take the free kick. Sloppily dealt with at the back there by Brittany Taylor. Salen tries to recover. Masser. And Masser comes up a little lame there, holding what looks to be like a calf, just a cramp in her calf as she grabs the right toe. So we'll see if that causes Rory Dames to go to his bench for the first time in today's match. Kolupny and Grings help Ella stretch it out. A little bit of a limp. Kwan puts it in play. Red Stars. Out of play, they'll get another chance at it. Rachel Kwan on the near side. Rory Dames surveying who he has on the bench as substitutes. Couple options he has today. Jin Hoy, who's seen some action. Recent signee for Chicago. She's seen action the last few matches. Wants to go more defensive. He has Lydia Vandenberg, who did not start today's match. She's accustomed to playing out on the left side, which is where Masser is now as well. Free kick here for Western New York on the restart. Back line for Chicago. Solid. Leslie Osborne to win it out of there. Johnson. Flicked forward. Ball crossed, but it's easy. Never a problem for Vansel. 8 minutes left to go here before stoppage time. Western New York still finds themselves in a 2-1 deficit to the Chicago Red Stars. Western New York's streak of 6 consecutive matches without a defeat in a little bit of jeopardy here. Johnson. A little too high for Huffman. Sitch. Pass Zerboni. Just a little too heavy on the pass deep for Motts. And here comes the final substitute. It will be Adriana taking a seat for Western New York. Barzik on. Same substitute as last time. As Adriana taking a seat as Ella Masser goes forward. Marked by Salen. Her touch carries her wide. Masser looks to try to cut back inside. Lays it off. Kolupny cuts through. Kolupny still in. Blocked away. Critical block. Saving block. As Brittany Taylor looks like she's still down in the box. Masser continues play on. And then that's finally dealt with. Still slow to get to her feet. So it looks like Salem, who might have taken that block and kept the shot from going on goal. Masser, long throw. Knocked out of play by Western New York on the back post. Will be another corner kick. Masser still seems to be in a little bit of difficulty, but no signs of a substitute coming from Chicago. Lori Kolupny to take this on the in-swinger. Kolupny, back post. Headed back across. Couldn't turn it on goal, Inca Grings, and then just booted clear. '85th minute. Red Stars looking to guide this one through to its conclusion, which would be a 2-1 victory. Winino throws it forward. Breaking now, Western New York. Huffman. Back into the path of Perez, who cuts inside. Too many Red Stars there for her to really make a good effort at that ball when she cut inside. Taylor Good turn by Huffman. That's deflected into the danger area. Headed clear, though. That ball sent across. Back to the back post. Free header here off sides, it looks like, and yes, it is. A little nervy at the back from Chicago here in the last 5 minutes. But in the end, really no danger. Vansel forward. Nice win by Osborne. Taylor has to just knock it out of play. Red Stars will be in no rush. And this looks like the Red Stars are ready to make their substitution. So the assistant referee gets the number of who will be taking a seat, and it will be Inka Grings. Played her part well, looks like, today. Her night is complete in the 87th minute of play. So Maribel Dominguez on the forward, Mexican national. Very talented, got the start in the last home game for the Red Stars. She's on to see if, with her speed, she can't find another goal for Chicago to give them a little more comfort heading down the stretch here. Only 3 minutes left to go before stoppage time. Salin. Sitch headed away. Osborne and Sitch dropping into those holding midfield roles, trying to give coverage to the back four. Sonia Foose forward. Johnson heads it wide. This ball's forward for Hemmings, able to head it clear to Kolupny. And he's hounded by Barzik. Motts on the far side. Good piece of foot skills to get it free, but then Dominguez was always offside, just inside of Western New York's half. So Western New York will get possession back here in the 89th minute of play. Good header win, and then flicked by Kolupny. Salin with time. Sends it back in. Right in front and flicked home! A fantastic goal to get Western New York back to level terms. And in the 89th minute, a terrible, terrible break for Chicago. And it was Brittany Taylor, I believe, who found the back of the net on the flick home past Vansel on a great ball flicked forward. And the Red Stars might have just lost 2 points. A tough, tough break for a team who seems to not be able to catch too many of them this season. Really would have needed those 3 points. Would have been a huge 3 points going into the 10 days of rest. But now, back to level terms again. Only 30 seconds left to go before stoppage time. Masser lays it off. Kwan. Back to Masser. Can Chicago find a way back? Masser's cross is blocked away. Looks like that'll go for a corner. And it will. Red Stars have been more than dangerous, connecting on one of these corner kicks. They'll hope for Lightning to strike twice here with another Kolupny corner kick. Kolupny drives it back post, taken down there. Is shoved down. Never going to get that call, though, especially this late in the contest, if ever. Seemed to be a pretty clear shove down, though. No harm done. Zerboni heads it forward. Not in the field of play, however. Red Stars desperate to try to get one back. Dominguez couldn't find it. 1-0 out of play. Back to Western New York. In stoppage time here. Red Stars giving up and conceding a late goal, which knotted this match at 2. Dominguez knocked it on forward. Western New York putting 7 and 8 women behind the ball here. They'll be more than happy to take this point, which didn't seem likely just 3 minutes ago. Yeah, pretty clear foul there on the breakthrough. Tripped up Winino, who was giving chase and cutting off the flash attack. Sonia Foose did not see how. Vansel. Foose. All the way out of play. Throw in for the Red Stars here. Deep into stoppage time now. Can't be much left. I saw how much the fourth official signaled. Certainly let you know. Did not see it from up here in the booth. Ella takes the long throw. Masters' throw was headed away. Foose back in play. Sitch heads it forward. Easy for Franch. Long. Off Hemmings' head. Foose knocks it high. Motts didn't find it, landed awkwardly, and still is down. Looks like it's another cramp. Motts very, very slow to get to her feet. Look like a foul there. Who's he going to be against? It will be against Chicago, as Zerboni was held by Leslie Osborne. Seconds ticking away in stoppage time here. Forward for Huffman. Kwan marks her. Perez. Content to keep possession. Huffman. Masser gives chase. Grove. Lost it to Masser. And that'll be it from Lisle, Illinois, where the Chicago Red Stars were valiant, but yet conceded a late goal. Chicago into the game almost in the exact opposite way they started it. Early goal by Alyssa Motts gave the Red Stars the 1-0 lead. Adriana answering for Western New York to tie the game at 1. That's where we were at halftime. Just before halftime, actually, it was Leslie Osborne who headed one home. 41st minute to give the Red Stars the 2-1 lead heading into halftime. Red Stars held that lead all the way through until about the 88th minute, when I believe it was Brittany Taylor who flicked one home past Vansel off a good driving through ball to steal 1 point on the road against the Chicago Red Stars. Good stretch of play here by Chicago. They'll have 10 days of rest, as I said, before they travel back on the road. They'll be back home on July 4th, so make sure you get your tickets for that game if you're going to be in town. Lots of very, very important games coming up for Chicago to try to get themselves back into the playoff discussion. As it stands, Chicago bumps up to 12 points. Western New York back up to 18. Red Stars tied with Boston, but Boston with an extra game still to be played. Once again, on behalf of the entire Chicago Red Stars organization, we thank you for tuning in to tonight's presentation of the NWSL. Tonight's broadcast was once again presented by the Chicago Center for Orthopedics. My name was Ben Solomon, and it was my pleasure to be with you this evening. Have a very pleasant evening.